Good morning, girls, and welcome to the Wishing Pod. It's a early morning here, and birds singing. It's a really beautiful day, and so I pulled these cards last night, and I felt very inspired. And I've been kind of ruminating, wondering what they could possibly mean, what the messages are. But today's video is what you're ready to release. So I want you to take a look at these cards. With this ring light, I feel like it just reflects very obviously on all the cards. So if you guys have any tips for that, let me know. But we have acceptance here, change in direction, and steady progress. This is your space to slow down, reconnect, and receive a message that's for you. If you found this video, trust that there is something here for you. So before we go ahead and start, I'm going to take my sage and my selenite, and I'm just going to cleanse this area. And while I'm doing this, please let go of anything heavy, anything that doesn't belong here in this moment. Take a deep breath in and out. Thank you for being here today. Let's get into the reading. Okay. Hello, my group of acceptance. Let's start by reading the card. I'm going to bring it a bit closer so hopefully you can see it. Apologies again for the glare, that's really annoying. But again, if you know how to sort this out, please let me know. So, acceptance. See yourself, see yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. So this is about looking at others through the eyes of love and accepting that people are flawed and that people don't always act in the way that you'd expect or like. And having acceptance of that can be really hard, especially when it's somebody that you have expectations of or you love deeply and you want them to be a certain way. I get the feeling that there's either someone in your life who's acting to their own detriment, or there's someone who has done something that has deeply hurt you and it has been very hard to accept. But this card is saying that in order for you to keep your peace and in order for you to be able to move forward in your life with clarity and self-love, it's important to accept and release that situation. It's not about cutting off someone or acting a certain way, but it's about having that mental strength to keep your mental state and your aura separate from whatever this situation is. The reality is that you cannot control people, you cannot control how people will act, and sometimes that's very disappointing. But there's nothing that you can do about it, and that is what being human is and having relationships are. You cannot control people. I get the impression that this is probably a family member. it could be like a relationship as well, but I do kind of get family vibes from this reading. Maybe there's been someone who has acted in a way that has hurt you deeply, and or maybe just disappointed you. But this card is saying that it's time to accept the situation, because you cannot change them. You cannot have expectations of somebody. So with that being said, let's have a little look at what else we've got. I want to get the unicorn cards out today. I love these cards. These are my, I think these were the second cards I ever bought for myself. I started with these angel oracles and then these unicorn cards. I think I bought them in Yorkshire or Leeds, somewhere in that area anyway. Probably like around 10 years ago now, maybe between 7 and 10 years. So, what is the acceptance group ready to release? Yeah, I get the feeling that it's not quite about releasing someone entirely. I mean, it could be that. Like, if someone is deeply hurting you, if there's abuse, if there's someone who's manipulating you, being narcissistic, then yeah, maybe it's a good idea to release them physically and mentally. But I do get the impression that you're holding on to a situation that you cannot control, and that is it's a very tricky situation, because in a way you end up hurting yourself much more than you end up hurting anyone else. It's like a wound that you just feed yourself by caring so much. And I'm not saying to not care, but I'm just saying to have separation from it. So, what do you need to accept and release? I'm just going to put these sleeves back. Oh, sorry. What do you need to release? My acceptance group, my group number 1. So there's 1. Ooh, we got loads of cards. And then on the bottom, we've got Wish Upon a Star. So the Wish Upon a Star is about manifestation, and it's about the law of attraction. So what do you want to bring into your life? What energy are you hoping to attract into your physical? So if you're in a mindset of lack right now, if you're feeling like you are holding on to this really difficult thing, and it's like consuming your mind, this kind of negative spiral, what do you think is gonna come into your reality? So make sure that you are checking in on yourself when it comes to this. What are you wishing for? And do it very intentionally. Okay, yeah. Going off what we just said. Yeah, this is so true. So you've got happy thoughts and love here. I know that love was on the bottom, but this is very complimentary of the acceptance card in general. You know, the idea that you need to look through the eyes of unconditional love, not conditional love. And I understand that love does have conditions, but it's not about the other person. It's about you, and it's about your happiness and your peace. So I would look at this situation from having unconditional love towards yourself, not holding on to anger, not holding on to negative emotion, because it's gonna damage yourself. So yeah, you've got happy thoughts here, which says to feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. So this could be talking about looking at the good times that you and this person have had together and thinking about the positive aspects of that. So a trick that I like to do oftentimes, if I've ever been in this situation, and I have, believe me, I will get my notes app or get like a notebook or whatever, and I will challenge the negative thoughts That's not to say that they're invalid or that they don't exist, but it's about changing your mindset so that you don't spiral. So rather than thinking like, I don't know, oh, they hurt me so bad, like they're a horrible person, whatever it is, think about the good things, the good things that they have done for you, the good aspects that they have brought to you, maybe the lessons that they have taught you, or if you've had good times together. It's okay to recognize that you've had good times with this person, even if ultimately you are having to choose yourself and accept the situation for what it is by um, creating a bit of distance. You can still recognize that good things have happened within that relationship. But happy thoughts here. And then you've got love, which again, we've got lots of love in this reading. The answer you're seeking is love. So that's very simple, isn't it? Very self-explanatory. I'm gonna put acceptance down here. Put these here. Ooh. Yeah. So, how are you loving yourself? How are you going into this situation with a loving mindset? I get the idea that you maybe want to punish this person. You're maybe seeking revenge. I'm just gonna have a sip of coffee. And it's okay to like think, oh, I wish I could do that, but don't actually act on it, okay? Because it's so much like negative energy. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't believe that um it's necessary to inflict karma upon people. Usually, in this situation, I feel like it's probably best to just not do it. If this resonates, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what I have to say on that. And then we've got these beautiful cards too. I love the colors in this. There's a lot of like purple and kind of beautiful earthy colors. So you've got worth waiting for. So maybe this has been going on for quite a while and that's kind of exhausting. Like, I get that. Your patience will be rewarded. So yeah, like don't self-inflict karma upon this person. Wait for karma um to be inflicted upon them by the universe, because the universe will do it. The universe is a karma machine. This is the world that we live in. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You can just wait. You can just go on, live your life, be happy. And you will heal by taking that approach, because you aren't going to be so full of this situation. You'll be moving on, and honestly, that's the best revenge, in my opinion. Just indifference. Um, but also, their time will come. They will get their karma. I see that. So don't you worry. You don't have to worry about that. And in some ways, like losing. I don't want to say losing you, but you distancing yourself is karma enough. Okay, we've also got healer and let go of stress. So this has been holding in your thoughts like so much recently. It says let go of that. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. So maybe this is also like a third party thing. Maybe I get the impression maybe someone has hurt somebody and you feel hurt and you feel kind of like, I should do something about this. This is really not on. And I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all. But I do think that um, maybe you need to think about what is actually important in this situation. Is it important to win, or is it important to have peace? I usually go for it's important to have peace. In fact, I always go for that. But that's just me. So let go of stress. Let's pop that down here. And then we've got healer. And I feel like this is you. You have the power to help and heal others. I think this is very true. I think that it's very important, though, to know that when you are in the energy of healing, that comes from a place of love, that comes from a place of peace and a place of clarity. I get the impression that you're quite spiritual, that you are maybe a very good manifester. You've got loads of purple in the spread, which makes me believe that and also the manifestation and the healer cards. So just a little bit about you. I feel like you probably are great at manifesting, which is why it's so important to be aware of what you're thinking about, because you will just manifest that shit like that. So just just be careful, be aware of what's going on. To finish, why don't we get the chakra cards out, and we'll just get a few like overall reading card thingies to just go on top of this whole thing. So I love these cards. I've not really used them that much. That's a bit too many, guys. Can I just have like one or two, please? There we go. There's three. We'll go with that. And then we've got the 7th crown chakra. Let's just read it. The grace of a higher power is with me, and I move through life knowing this truth. I believe in a higher power, and I know that it is within and around me, offering assistance and guidance. So yeah, listen to your guides, get clarity, and make sure that your thoughts aren't so full of like this situation, because you can't act from a place of clarity. It's this is the vibe that I'm getting. I surrender all my fears and burdens to a higher power. Yeah, give it away, girl. Give it away. And I am open to receiving grace, and I trust in the higher power. I am worthy, right? Yeah, couldn't agree more. You've also got, oh my god, you got so many cards here. All right, we're not going to read everything. But yeah, we've got grace here. We've got, these are all, oh my gosh, 7th crown chakra. Wait, what does that mean, the 7th crown? So the 7th crown chakra is, this is talking about like the pineal gland, the skull, the brain. Okay, so this is all in the mind. Associated with beauty, grace, serenity, oneness with all, our divinity, selfless realization, understanding and enlightenment. So the personal growth areas here are mental health, knowledge, and spiritual enlightenment. So yeah, it's about coming back to yourself, girly. Making sure that you are not letting this situation affect your mental health, please. Make sure you're being good to yourself. So I'm not going to read everything, otherwise it's just going to take forever. We've got the 4th heart chakra, which is unconditional love. And let me just go back to my poster over here. So this is about giving and receiving unconditional love, which, oh my god, that just like ties in the whole message, doesn't it? This is about love, generosity, compassion, and forgiveness, but mostly towards yourself. You know, if someone's done you wrong, like, they don't deserve it, but you deserve to feel those things. You deserve to have unconditional love towards yourself. So we've got the 7th crown chakra. Maybe these words mean something to you. You've got bliss, spiritual awareness, meditation and silence, and selflessness. It's about seeking peace. Oh yeah, reminding yourself of love and truth, gratitude and spirit when your mind sways negatively. Meditating regularly and being kind to all, and being aware that everything that you do and say affects others. So, oh my god, like, I can't, yeah, this is so clear, guys. Like, it's so obvious that how everything ties in together, and it's really beautiful. So I really hope that this helped. I really hope that this reading was insightful and useful to you. If it was, let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for being here. It's really good to see you, and have a beautiful day. Bye! Hello, my group number 2s. You chose the change in direction. You guys are changing in direction. Oh my goodness. So this is for the phrase, what you're ready to release. And kind of like last week's reading, I get the impression that, of course, there is a big change in your life. This is very obvious because of the card. So let's have a look at what it actually says. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so your path to the so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. I feel like you are about to have or you are having a spiritual awakening. I felt before doing this reading, this has something to do with children because of the children on the card. Maybe they have influenced something. Maybe you've just gotten pregnant. Maybe you've just had a baby, or maybe there's a child really close in your life. Maybe you're even a teacher, and they have kind of triggered this new mindset within you where you're realizing that actually life is not quite as it seems, and life is kind of magical, and there is so much more to life than this mundane thing that we're taught as humans to go to work, come home, eat food, go to sleep, go to work. Life is so much bigger than that, but we have been conditioned to not believe it and to think otherwise. So I feel like you've maybe come into yourself a bit more, coming into your own body, your own mind, your third eye. And I think you're ready to release your old life. And that is really cool. That is really cool, guys. So let's get some unicorn cards to clarify what's going on. I gotta give these a good shuffle because I just used them. So I was just saying that this pack of cards in the last group, I was saying that I think this was the first pack of cards I actually bought myself. I had the Angel Oracle cards that I grew up with and I'd been using for a really long time, hence you can tell they're a little scruffy because I've had them such a long time. But I bought these up north in England somewhere, probably close to a decade ago. So the change in direction group, what are they ready to release? Let's see. Oh, hello. Oh, we got lots of messages coming out for you. The universe wants to talk to you. Okay, we've got one step at a time. Okay, so this is talking about taking things slowly. This is about making sure that you're honoring yourself enough that you're not speeding through this process. I know spiritual awakenings are such an intense time. I've had a couple in my life and they are intense. And I know it's very easy to want to move through it as fast as possible because obviously you're learning a lot, so you want to learn as much as possible. And also at the same time, it's very uncomfortable. A lot of the times, at least in my experience, when I've had spiritual awakenings, they've been at times when my whole life is falling apart and being put together essentially, although it's kind of hard to see that at the time. So this card is just saying to take one step at a time. It says lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Yeah, so make sure that you're working on whatever this is just a little bit every day, this big change in direction. It could be changing career, it could be becoming a mom or becoming a parent, or it could be yeah, I do feel like it could be something to do with children, or it could even be about your inner child. It could be about healing your inner child, which a lot of the time these spiritual awakenings are about. So, oh my gosh, you have so many cards here. Let's have a look. And you've got so much purple again. The last group had a lot of purple as well. Wow, look at all this. Okay, so we've got curiosity, teamwork, it's okay to be different, grandparent, and water. So curiosity. Start a project relating to something you're curious about. Yeah, so this is the big change. This is it could be a career change. It could be something, well, anything. But you're starting a project and this is going to be a big change in direction. It's not something like a side hustle or something on the side. This is big, big stuff, and I'm really excited for you. And I feel like it's a very spiritual thing. This is something that's going to grow your soul. It's going to expand your mind, and you're going to feel really fulfilled through it. So this is about dabbling. Feel the curiosity, do it slowly, and don't rush through it. I put this one up here, put that there. Maybe because there's this silly ring light there. Sorry about the glare, that's really annoying. But let me know if you know how I can get rid of that without what's the word that I'm looking for? I always get my words in the early mornings. It's like 6 a.m. by the way. Compromising without compromising on my lighting. Anyway, we've got teamwork. Also, there's quite a lot of cats in this. I quite like this. You know that I'm a crazy cat lady, so maybe this has something to do with animals, or it's definitely something to do with like other people. I get this as like a very community-based thing. Um, as I say, it could be working with young people, or it could be like teamwork in many other ways. So let me know in the comments if this resonates and what this project is, because I really want to know. Anyway, you've got teamwork. Work with others to make this situation come about. Right. So make sure that you're reaching out to your trusted connections, your chosen family, maybe your real family, and the people that you can rely on to make this come into fruition, because they are going to help you. It's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. You are perfect just the way you are. So maybe there's some kind of expectations as well. Like, I think it's time to release these old expectations. Maybe you come from a family where it's important to, like, I don't know, like keep up with the Joneses, that kind of thing. And this card is saying, like, you are not meant for that life. You are different, and that's okay. Maybe you're a bit of a black sheep in the family, and the black sheep of families, they have a higher purpose. They are put on this earth to be just that, because they have a bigger vision, they have a bigger purpose. And I really see that for you, that there is something you are awakening within yourself. And maybe it's not what your family expects. Maybe it's not what your family would even suggest, or oh my gosh, my words, or they would encourage. But I'm seeing here that it's really important that you go for it, because this is your soul's purpose. Grandparent. Okay, this maybe has something to do with family. I see, yeah, tradition. You have a special bond with a grandparent that can never be broken. If there's a grandparent in your life that maybe doesn't see what's happening like as a good thing, I do see that they will accept it, and I do see that they will support you regardless. Maybe this is important to you. Maybe you have a close relationship with a grandparent and you're worried about how they might see it. And I see that, okay, maybe the initial like change in direction, they might be a bit cautious, but it's only because they love you and it's coming from a place of love. And ultimately, this is your life purpose. This is like, you should be going towards this. And when they see that, because they will, it'll all be golden. So put that one there. And then we have water. So this says drink more water and eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. So yeah, when you're going through a spiritual awakening, it's a very taxing thing on the body. You might experience a lot of burnout. You might experience some weird like symptoms, and this is just saying to take care of yourself while all of this is happening, while you have this big change in direction. It could also mean like you're going to be somewhere near water. Maybe it has something to do with water. I'd be interested to know, so let me know in the comments. But yeah, just this is just like making sure that you're taking care of yourself basically, while all of this is going on, because it's very easy to get caught up in things and not put your body first. But this is saying like you must. As I said, like going through a spiritual awakening is a very like taxing thing on the body. So I'm just taking the chakra wisdom cards, and we're just gonna get some final messages for y'all. Right, I just want like 1 or 2 cards, really, if possible. So there we go. I think we've got 2 there. Then we've got the 6th chakra, 3rd eye chakra, intuitive perception. I pardon me. I know that what my intuitive senses tell me are true. Right, so follow your heart, follow your mind. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me. I know that sorry, my words. And I know that it is there for me to receive, right? So this is all about abundance and the law of attraction. I practice developing my intuition, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and silence of meditation and contemplation, guys, I'm so sorry, I will experience and know the truth. So yeah, this is about self-trust again. And you've got loads of purple in here. This is all about trusting yourself and looking at things through your 3rd eye, the spiritual awakening, the spiritual eye. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. Oh, by the way, I've got steady progress down here, but this is actually the 3rd group, so I didn't mean to put that there. Maybe it goes with the one step at a time. But yeah, apologies about that. Okay, you also have, oh my gosh, another 3rd eye chakra, imagination. This is very like, there seems to be a theme. Like group number 1 also had a ton of 3rd eye chakra cards. Imagination. So yeah, this is all about manifesting, oh my god, and looking at things like, how do you want things to go from here forward? Because things are going to keep happening as you go through this spiritual awakening. There's no doubt about that. Like, things are going to keep happening and you're going to be like, oh my god, that was a crazy synchronicity. Maybe you're going to see like loads of repeating numbers. Maybe you're going to think of a song and then hear it, or someone's going to say something and like just after you thought of something, and things like that are just going to keep happening. This is like what happens. But at the same time, make sure that you're not getting so wrapped up in it all to the point where you are not actively thinking about what you want from this change of direction, this big career change, this big life change, whatever it is. So it says, I use my imagination as I create and pursue my dreams and wishes. I ask myself, what do I want? My thoughts create my reality at the physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual levels. I use this power to create harmonious relationships between all of these levels, right? I imagine the life I would like to have, and I encourage my thoughts to be truthful, wise, and discerning. And in the quietness of meditation, I see and hear the truth. That's so beautiful. My cat just wants to come in. 1 second. Okay, Toothless has just come in for her morning biscuits. She stayed with me all night last night. I slept terribly because I just didn't want to disturb her, but I was really happy that she like slept in my bed for me. It's just like my favorite thing ever. So anyway, she's back in having her breakfast. We've got the 4th chakra. We've got the 4th chakra. Heart chakra, radiate warmth and sincerity. Beautiful. So let's see what this says. I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. Right, so this is again like, don't get wrapped up in all of this stuff or in anxiety or depression about, what has been or what will be. Don't worry about it. It's all going to be okay. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. Okay, so that's really beautiful. I think that's just a reminder not to overgive. Whatever this situation is, make sure that you are giving from a full cup, not an empty cup, and that you are going about everything with love. So wow, what a reading. There was a lot to pick up there, so I hope that wasn't too like all over the place, but I thought it was really beautiful, and it's very spiritual. I seem to have a very spiritual group with me today. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, go check out my other video that I've done, my other pick a card. And go check out my other video in general. I'm making all these pick a cards from my camper van, the wishing pod, and I'm showing my renovations and doing these kind of like big sister sit down chats as well. I'm really having a lot of fun making videos on YouTube, and I'm hoping that I can continue to do it lots. So anyway, have a great, beautiful day. Bye. Good morning, my group number threes, and welcome to your reading. You picked Steady Progress. And this is for the phrase, what you're ready to release. So I feel like you have been moving slow because you've got the Steady Progress card, and I feel like you've been in a situation where you've had to move with a lot of grace and move very carefully, and I feel like you're not gonna have to do that for much longer. I feel like you are getting rid of the steady progress and things are about to snowball a bit. I feel like you've been working really hard on something and you've been taking all of the right steps. You've been doing like step 1, step 2, step 3. Maybe it's getting some qualifications, maybe it's working through a family situation. You've been doing everything properly you've dotted all of your I's and you've crossed all your T's, and you're about to see the fruits of your labor, whatever that is. So, steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. So yeah, the universe is saying that we see you. Your angels are saying that they see you in this situation, how hard you've been working, how well you've done, and you're about to be rewarded. That's what I see. You're ready to release this slow movement, and maybe it's been quite painful at times, but you've done everything to the exact in the exact way that you feel that you should have, and the universe is like, yes, we see it. We see that you've done this. So let's get some unicorn cards. What does group 3 need to know about this situation, and what are they ready to release? What's group 3 ready to release? All right. Wait a second. These are very similar to what I've just seen. Oh, cool. Cool. Okay, so on the bottom, we've got one step at a time. Really, we just had this card on the bottom again. So maybe I feel like you might resonate with group number 2 as well. So go check out that reading if you like. Put that there, one step at a time. And the last group also had water and steady water and it's okay to be different. And I accidentally put this card into the reading as well. So I do feel like there's some crossover here. So do go check out that other reading if you feel like that resonates. So I want to first have a look at these ones because these are the new cards for me anyway. Very soon, yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, you have been working so hard. You've been going step 1, step 2. Oh my gosh, when is this gonna take off? I've been doing this for so long and I've not really been seeing any fruits of my labor, but I've been doing everything right. Girl, I know exactly how that feels, believe me. But it says that things are going to happen very soon for you. What you're asking for will happen very soon in a happy way. And so you're going to be releasing this this kind of dragged out feeling. I see, like you're finally going to feel like, okay, finally things are happening. And you're going to feel very fulfilled from that. Exercise. Run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. I kind of see you like sitting at a desk right now, like maybe like studying or like making a business plan or doing something very like admin-y. And I think this is just a reminder to just make sure that you are not just being sat down all the time. I am so guilty of this. Like, I will literally work like a 12-hour day just sat at my laptop, and I have to remind myself to get out of the van or get out of my workspace wherever I'm working and walk, because otherwise I will just hyper focus. I'm an ADHD girly, so I really understand like how engrossed you can get in your projects and work, but it's really important to just break up the space and make sure that you are tending to your body's other needs, whether that's walking, getting fresh air, making sure that you're drinking something other than coffee, herbal teas, water, you know, the real nuts and bolts of being human. I think it's very easy to get wrapped up in this world that we live in, and hustle culture. And I feel like you have been hustling. You have been hustling. I can see that. Um, but now is the time to make sure that you are looking after your health as well, because you cannot give 100% if you are not. So exercise. Okay, and we've got water as well. This could just be a reminder to drink water, but it could also be significant to um, where your where this project is going, or this thing that you're releasing, where this is based. But it does say drink more water and eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. So I do get the impression that, girly, maybe you need to be taking a bit better care of yourself. Make sure that you're eating well. Don't just like snack on things while you're working. Make sure you're actually eating full meals, okay? And also, um, I just had another message. Oh no, did it go out of my brain? It will come back in a minute, I'm sure. But basically, make sure that make sure you're getting early nights. I heard that as well. I think it's really easy to just work. If you are really into what you're doing, um, but make sure that you're getting enough sleep as well. I do hear that, so I'm just going to pop that there. And it's okay to be different. I feel like you are stepping into yourself. I feel like you have this confidence, like you've laid down the lore of what this next chapter is through this steady progress. And because you've done that, you've realized a lot about yourself. You've realized that actually you do not fit in, you do go against the grain, and your authentic self is saying that it's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everybody else. You're perfect just the way you are, and that's really going to be coming through in this next chapter as things start to snowball, as you release this steady progress that you have been doing. You're gonna be given opportunities to take the spotlight in your authenticity, and that's going to be a really beautiful thing, and people are going to love you for it. People are waiting for your kind of energy, so that's really cool. Group number 3, let's have a look at the chakra wisdom cards. I'm not doing a very good job shuffling these, honestly. They're all like different directions. I'm gonna have to sort that out later. I think I didn't even realize that I'd done that. But then again, it is very early. It's just gone 7:30 now. So, can you blame me, really? Let's see what's going on. Oh, that's a bit too many, I think. Can we just have a little bit less? What's group 3 ready to release, please? Just 1 or 2 cards. Here we go. So on the bottom, we have the 3rd chakra, the solar plexus. Alright, oh my god, we've got so many cards here, oh my lord. So we've got the second chakra, the sacral chakra. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I'm so sorry, guys. I cannot get my words out this morning. I am a mentor and not a rescuer. Awesome. So this, I really see like you've got this independent energy. I meant to say this earlier as well, but I see like you're like this lion, this force. Like you are just like, I stand on my own 2 feet. I have built this thing. I am an independent. I see very like entrepreneurial vibes going on, honestly. Um, Sixth chakra, knowledge. So yeah, this is about learning. Third chakra, personal power and self-confidence. Oh my gosh. So you've got loads of yellow. Let me just double check on my poster. I've got it over here about what the third chakra represents. So you've got self-esteem and relating to the world around this. It's to do with trusting and accepting our gut feelings. Yeah, totally. So I really see this independent energy for you where you are paving out your own path, and there are not many people doing what you're doing, which has meant that you've had to take things slowly, honestly, because you haven't really had a guidebook, and I know how that feels. So I really understand that. Like the idea of wanting to do everything right. And you've passed the test, whatever this test was, this like slow moving, steady progress. You have done such a good job. And you should be really proud of yourself because it has not been easy for you. But now is the time to start stepping into your personal power, have self confidence in yourself, and make sure that the knowledge that you've learned, you're putting it into play through your own choices. You're not going to be relying on others for this. In fact, it's going to be quite the opposite. You are going to be the mentor in this situation, maybe in the future, or maybe part of this is actually teaching others what you have learned. It could be, starting a YouTube channel like I've just done. And, maybe it's about creating a program where you can help others. So I'll read the bottom card. I don't think I'll read all of them because it's a lot, but you can look. I think you can read it on the camera. I don't think it's totally like glossed with the light. Anyway, the third chakra, freedom of choice. I have the free. Oh, the cat wants to go out. 1 second. I have the freedom to choose, so I choose wisely because my decisions have a great impact on how I see myself and how I feel about myself. I own, accept, and express my feelings unreservedly and do not try to escape them with my own mind games. I have free will to choose how I respond to any situation. I choose to respond with wisdom, clarity, and understanding. Yeah, totally. So taking everything that you've learned, whether that's like, you know, actual knowledge to do with this very entrepreneurial energy, or even about yourself, because I do feel like when you are creating a business, when you are creating a project, when you are just grinding, you learn so much about yourself as well, who you are as a person. It's not just about, I learn this section of this thing about um, this business thing. Like, no, like you gain so much knowledge about yourself, um, and you have great like intuition about who you are. You can you can you can learn, but you can't really have one without the other, I feel. So anyway, I really hope that this reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments what the steady progress represents to you, because I am very curious. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye, guys.